I'm a sucker for 3 things in a song. 1, lyrics that reference trains. 2, swampy guitar parts. And 3, the blues. In this video, I want to share with you some insider tips on a classic song that's got all 3. So grab your guitar and let's dive into this midnight special chords and guitar lesson. Now this tune is actually an old American traditional folk song that goes way back. It's been covered by countless artists. Leadbelly has a great bluesy version, but in this video, I want to focus on the version as recorded by CCR. Now, if you want to play along with the recording, you got to tune your guitar down. It's actually a whole step. Fogerty tunes down a whole step on this one. So you've got D, G, C, F, A, and D. And then you're going to use just 3 chords. It's going to start out on an A, just from the 5th string down, open, 2, 2, 2, open, and then E, which uses all 6 strings, open, 2, 2, 1, open, open. Then we have a B7, just from the 5th string down, 2, 1, 2, open, 2, and then it actually goes back to E. That's actually the entire progression. It starts out just kind of free-flowing rubato. It sounds like this. Well, you wake up in the morning, hear that work bell ring. They bring you to the table, you see the same old thing. Then there's these great kind of bluesy inflections. So what I like to do is actually make all the chords dominant 7ths. And Fogerty blends throughout. You know, sometimes he'll play A, and then sometimes he'll play more of an A7 sound. You know, and then an E7. So this gets a more bluesy sound. If you play an A7 from the 5th string down, you can play open, 2, 2, 2, 3. You get that note G in there. Gets that immediately, you know, just kind of classic bluesy sound. Then we'll do the same thing to E. You take that E chord and add the note D, just the flatted 7th there on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Right? Get that dominant 7th there. Then B7 is already a dominant 7th. So that actually works out to be the 1, 4, and 5 in the key of E. And then this stuff, those little bluesy fills, come out of the E blues scale. And if you don't know how to play your blues scale yet anywhere on the fretboard, then go to johnmcclennan.com/bluescales and grab my free blues scale PDF guide. This is going to show you the easiest and fastest ways to start playing the blues scale up and down the neck. So you can do licks like, you know, and you can know what notes are going to sound good in the key and give you that bluesy feeling. It's completely free. Just go to johnmcclennan.com/bluescales and grab that now as my gift to you. Now the little fills that he does, like he'll play the low 6th string and then do a little bend here on the 3rd fret. That's just 2 bends there. And then you can play the open, you know, E. So that's like, the table, hear the same old thing. Sort of like a call and response there, which is another classic thing you'll hear in the blues all the time. All right, so you got the chords, you got the scales. Now let's add a little bit of a groove to it. As the song progresses, there's kind of a bunch of different feels. There's like more of a swampy feel, and then there is a swing feel, which comes later. So let me show you this kind of swampy groove. It sounds like this. All right, so I'm playing the progression, which again is just A7 for 2 bars, E7 for 2 bars, B7 for 2 bars, and then E7 for 2 bars. And what I did there was play the open 5th string, just kind of hit the bass note first, and then on beat 2, I play 1, 2, and I do this sort of percussive strum, just hitting that nice and staccato. And then on the and of 2, so 1, 2, and, I come up there with an upstroke, just muting the strings, and then another muted downstroke on beat 3, and then I play the chord down. So you do this little alternating of like muting the strings, letting it ring, muting the strings, and then letting it ring. So like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, then it rings over to the next measure. We'll do the same thing. 1 and 2, mute on beat 2, and then and 3 and 4, and then I just kind of play the rest of those 8th notes. So all together it sounds like this. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. So that's the basic idea. Now there's one little variation I want to point out. As you go throughout the song, sometimes Fogerty will hang on that B7 just 2 extra beats. So it's gonna go like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 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 and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 1, 2, and 3. It's a little 2/4 bar throughout, so you just gotta be aware of that and listen to the melody. The melody is what's gonna cue you for that. All right, the next part I wanna talk about is the different feels throughout. So you've got that kind of swampy feel, and then it goes to a swing, which sounds more like this. A 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. So what's going on here is I'm just doing a back and forth, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm gonna go to the straight A chord here and play just 1 and 2. So do that mute strum on beat 2, and then reset that 3 and 4 and. So it's on beat 2 and 4 that you get this percussive strum, and that's called the backbeat. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Ba-da-da-ch, 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 ba-da-da-ch. And then you just put that with the progression. Then you might hear this too throughout. Sometimes there's a little hammer on where you actually like take the top, you could do just the top treble strings there, and you give an up strum, and then you drop down the chord. So that could be on any of the chords, like E. It's a cool sound. A. You could do it on B7. I don't think it's used as much as the other chords on the recording. But definitely the A. And that's got more of a long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short swing feel, or a shuffle rhythm. So it's just a simple progression, but being able to play those different grooves, moving from more of a swamp kind of feel to a shuffle feel, and all of that being heavily influenced by the blues. And if you've struggled to play blues guitar like this anywhere on the fretboard, then go to johnmclennan.com/bluescales and get your hands on my free blues scale PDF guide. This is going to show you the easiest and fastest ways to play the blues scale up and down the neck, and this is so useful for basically any kind of popular music, whether you want to play the blues or not. I mean, you can use this stuff in pop, rock, country, you name it, and it's completely free. Just go to johnmclennan.com/bluescales and grab that now as my gift to you. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you did, you might like this one next.